Lady Saw answers all questions surrounding her sudden baptism.
I have to go and do God's work.
The crash of Jamaica's latest dancehall couple.
I'ma mash up the car. See my run off for me, I try to kill me.
After just 1 year.
And the power couple around the world.
Samantha J comes out of the shadows.
Me and the girl in the tight up skirt.
The girl in the tight up skirt we're talking about.
Short skirt, yeah, you love the tightness.
A hearty discussion on the Just Stone controversy. With two people who know a lot about the topic. This week's E-News reviews and video stage are also in the mix. Welcome to the show, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm Winfred Williams. We'll be back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. Onstage. So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. It was predicted, and sadly, it came to a crashing end.
Ever since news of their relationship broke just about 1 year ago, the dancehall space has been very much in tune to their very peculiar dynamic.
I just say me I have Gully Bop. And I'm a wife.
A 50-year-old rags to fame artist called Gully Bop.
From chicken wing to plain wing.
Poor life now we have goodbye.
Who became a sensation almost overnight.
Gully Bop, 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 bop.
And a much younger aspiring artist and businesswoman called Chin.
Look on me, look on me, look on me.
With it came stories of unwavering love, marriage and children.
Baby. Yes, Miss Jane. Children in the works?
Yeah, children and get married and live in some big house.
Yes.
And make them see the same man and them talk the same thing about. Now my wife live easy. Sit down from balcony and watch the moonlight.
So you're pregnant already?
Not confirmed as yet.
Not confirmed, but you're working on it. Wow.
Yes.
So we might be seeing a little
I'm
bop
near her
too.
upon that, you know. I'm near her upon
Are
that.
you?
Yeah, straight up.
Hardships and misfortune. The public's sentiments towards their relationship was always mixed. Some favored the dancehall couple and wished them well.
How we then call the power couple? Come up, my wife. It's a husband and wife I feel. Gully Bop and China come done friends.
Others thought it to be a sham for publicity. Some felt it would just not work. And then there were those who outright said Chin was after the gold.
You know the people in my talk based on Gully Bop and Chin love no real. I just do a tune instead of just say get mad at them.
Cause a wife me name. Tell a girl fit your car for me name.
Despite the negativity, they seem to have been persevering.
Why do you suppose there's so many people are negative about the relationship with you and Bob?
Well, in a negative between me and anyone. If it's negative for them, I feel like business.
But then this week, the naysayers became prophets somewhat after this video hit the internet and the figurative walls of their relationship came tumbling down.
Watch out, Papa, mash up the car and kick up the car. With me in ya. See me? I'ma mash up the car. See me run off for me, I try to kill me.
A China man in my house. China man in my house, you know. Lock me out of my own house, you know. Try to squeeze through the door. She knocked me out of the padlock, you know. Bust up the whole of me head, you know.
But is the Gully Bop and Chin saga really over?
No matter you hear me talk, I still love Chin. I'm just vex so Chin do it, dog. Next dog.
Two of the biggest stage shows for the season. Two starkly different stories and outcomes.
One on in the year, St. Elizabeth.
On Christmas night in Black River, St. Elizabeth.
St. Elizabeth, you already know.
G.T. Taylor's Christmas extravaganza
And no Gucci and no Louis Vuitton.
managed to once again continue its winning ways.
Far out, street code, far out.
A massive turnout at the Independence Park venue.
We prefer.
And great performances.
I'm gonna tell them happy time. When happy time, you always be
Performances that culminated with a big moment on stage. Featuring Bounty Killer, Bean Man, Popcorn, Sizzler, and Nesbeth. Later that day at Jam World in Portmore, Sting 2016, from then till now. A massive billing of hitmakers and stars from then. And some of the big names of now. But sadly, it was a billing that brought out a much less than desirable audience. And for the second year in a row, an abrupt end to the event. This time around, caused by what the promoters say is Starface's profanity-laced performance. Names like Razor B, Devin the Doctor, Beanie Man, Elephant Man, and so many more were yet to perform.
I'ma drink it out though.
And like most places in the world, New Year's Eve in Jamaica was the biggest party night of the year.
This is absent. What more can I say, Winford? This is premium. This is excitement. This is the way to ring in the new year. We're giving thanks. 2015 was a great year, and we expect awesome things in 2016.
Winners events, so we always win. We all know how to be successful and know how to win. French Connection is a Jamaican party. Everybody here is rich because the price is $8,000, $15,000, so you don't know. We're catering for the rich people. So just looking around. Everybody rich.
This is the most amazing event. Amazing.
And is the Andrew Brand's amazing too?
He is the best. He is the most amazing.
French Connection, always the creme de la creme, the top of the top, the best of the best, the greatest of the greatest, the richest of the richest. Don't get it twisted, keep it listed. French Connection, best place to be.
With us, still to come right here on stage, Minister Marian Hall, formerly Lady Saw, answers all your questions. Samantha J comes out of the shadows. But first, a hearty discussion on the Just Stone controversy with two people who really know. All coming up right here on stage. We'll be back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. Billboard magazine's declaration that British pop star Just Stone is the biggest selling reggae artist of 2015 has caused a firestorm in the reggae dancehall space. This after a Jamaica Observer article carried this headline: Billboard names Just Stone Reggae Artist of 2015. On stage right now to discuss this issue, two people who know so much more than I do about these matters, two very, very accomplished players in reggae. Musicologist Dr. Dennis Howard and veteran tour and personal manager Copeland Forbes. My brethren, the two of them. Right now, right here on our stage. Definitely. All right, let's start, gentlemen. Dennis, shoot for me and tell me whether there has been any retraction or clarification by the Jamaica Observer on this article.
I don't know of any, but this is a deeper issue. And the fact that billboards declare somebody their top-selling artist, whatever genre it is, yes, has nothing to do with the origin of the music, has nothing to do with Jamaica, because you're talking about the United States. And whoever sells the most. The last couple of years, you have reggae songs being on the Billboard and winning Grammy. You have people like Train with Soul Sister, which was a reggae-influenced pop song. And then you had Rude, which I think was last year, So nobody made any comment about that at that particular time. The fact of the matter is reggae is a universal genre. It is played all over the world. You have different versions of reggae. Hawaiian reggae, you have British reggae, you have Zimbabwean reggae, you have Ghanaian reggae, you have Barbadian reggae, you have Trinidadian reggae. So, this claim of saying, of believing that everything in terms of the music business and what happens in the music business must be centered around Jamaica don't make any sense. It's the same argument that they have about the Grammys. The Grammys is about songs released in the United States, songs that are submitted for nomination, and then the selection process. So if you have a song in Jamaica that was never released, or an album that was never released in the United States, and was never nominated, and never met the criteria for
United States of America.
You can complain that, oh, the song there should have been, what about the song there? And talk about songs that you don't know anything about. But you're not living in America.
Okay. Copeland Forbes, sir, what's your take on the issue?
Okay, when I heard it first, I was taken aback. But then I gave it quite a few thoughts, you know, and I made some call. And then I said, let me first find out what's the criteria used in deciding on this person being Reggae Artist of the Year. And I realized that it was sales of records, right? I remember 2 years ago, Jimmy Cliff sold, what, 33,000, which was the highest sales for that particular year. Now, when I heard 33,000 then, I laughed because record company gave it 10 and 20,000 for promotion.
That's not
but
impressive.
Under the situation now with all these technologies, I said, well, it look like 30,000 is a good sale. When I made that research now and I look, I think the next best person besides Just Stone was Jacure.
Yes.
With over 10,000 and much. The rest of them are doing better. Look at them because you're so surprised to see the sales of what they are. You know what I mean? So I look at it and I said, well, if that's the criteria that they are using to declare this person as Reggae Artist of the Year, then how you gonna argue and fight the point?
But I'm still unclear if Billboard itself declared Just Stone the Reggae Artist of the Year, or did they declare their top seller?
That's where I wanted to make the difference.
That is what I know.
There's a difference between a top seller.
Yeah.
This is the top-selling reggae artist of the year.
Yeah, you say top-selling reggae artist of the year.
Why this thing creeping to say that she's
the reggae
artist of the year? I'm not sure if that's a categorization.
I am yet to understand why the Jamaica Observer's headline, I think, some will say misleading, but could also mean that if you sell the most, then you're the biggest artist.
But you know, the most important thing that we should take away from this, the fact that a British pop star could with just a few reggae songs on her album, sell 27,000 or 29,000, because I've seen conflicting figures. The fact of the matter is, even within the scenario of record sales now in the States, that's paltry.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself. That's really embarrassing.
You know?
Is nothing.
Yeah, what we should be looking at is to say, what must we do to release more songs in the States so that they can be on the Billboard? And to increase the sales of records. Record sales are now increasing with the reintroduction of vinyl. Vinyl is doing very well.
Yes. Yeah. We are saying our music is international. Reggae is an international genre. And we used to beat our chest and say we are international. Wouldn't it follow that people will not only consume it, but they will also be compelled to perform it and produce it?
Yes. Listen, all of our genres imitated, adopted elements of every American genre, from blues to R&B, to rhythm and blues, and all of this stuff, and rock and roll. And we created our own genres. Now we can't then say that because we created these genres influenced by other people's music, then say, and don't forget jazz and Cuban music in there, you can't then say, listen, everything that comes out of Jamaica is pure.
Yes.
And nobody should deviate from what happens in Jamaica. And if you play reggae and interpret reggae a different way, that is not authentic. It might not be authentic to us, but an Hawaiian listening to Bruno Mars playing a reggae song, that's authenticity for them.
Of course.
Well, you know what hit me the other day? I sat down and I said, when was the last time one of our songs by one of our artists being covered by an international act? And I started to try to trace back. We cover them as them drop. Them do them come out the studio and we hit it fast. We are the best covers in the world.
Yes.
Right, to do it. But then, when was the last time an international act cover one of our artist songs? It's Gregory Isaacs, Night Nurse, and the white group in England name. All of them covered it. When last any of
Simply Red.
Yeah,
Simply Red,
Simply
right.
Red. When last any foreign groups cover one of our acts, songs, right? And if it's not, what's the reason?
Because the songs are not good.
Good. But that's
they're
the
not
criteria.
great songs. They're not universally.
Majority of what we're putting
transferable.
out is not. It can pass Port Royal disguised as an angel.
What has been happening is
Right.
that now they've been sampling, and I predicted this a long time ago. I said dancehall songs will not be covered.
Yeah.
They will
They'll be
not be covered.
sampled.
They will be sampled.
Yeah.
And we have seen
And
it
a
with
line, not
Kanye
even the
West.
full song.
Kanye West sampling Barrington Levy, Sizzler, and also
Junior Reid.
Popcorn
Yeah,
and Junior
yeah.
Reid. And that's where it's gonna stop right now. You know, one of the songs that is still being covered in an amazing way is Bam Bam, the Stagalak rhythm with Sister Nancy. Every year or every 2 years, somebody samples that. And in fact, somebody even used some of the lines for a new pop song. I can't remember the name of the artist. So the fact of the matter is still the old stuff that is being covered and sampled, you know? And so what we need to be concentrating on is good songwriting. The Swedes have mastered that. Most of the big songs you hear on American radio and European radio is written and produced by people from Sweden. Max Martin, Carlos and Andreas Carlson, and all of these guys, they're a powerhouse, making ton loads of money, staying in Stockholm and producing for Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Beyonce, Rihanna, and making ton loads of money because guess what they do? They write good songs, songs with great punchline, songs with memorable themes.
So what it's actually telling us then that we need to put more professional concentration on production and writing.
Songwriting is
a great issue that problem we have. People are just rhyming.
Because
you know
I think
that's basically what it is.
Dennis, is reggae ever bigger than it is right now?
No.
Reggae.
Reggae is the most enduring genre of all the genres that we have created. It's not ska, it's not mento, it's not dancehall. Dancehall to me has been overhyped and has been exposed tremendously, but has never delivered internationally. Yes, it's big and exciting and solid in the diaspora, and it's also great in Jamaica, and we love that. But we're talking about making music that will be transferable, that people will relate to. People will remember Jimmy Cliff, they will remember Peter Tosh, they will remember Bob Marley, they will remember Burning Spear. But they still don't know some of our dancehall stars.
And that's true because I just came from South America.
So where would you put Sean Paul, Shaggy, Shabba Ranks, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer to some extent, Lady Saw, all of them have had incredible mainstream international success.
Not with dancehall songs. Name the dancehall song that Shabba Ranks went to the charts with. Slow and Sexy, R&B.
Twice My Age.
Twice My Age was never on the chart. Never. Nowhere. Never went on the Billboard chart.
Mr. Loverman.
Mr. Loverman, R&B. House Call, R&B.
Punani Band.
No. Check Shaggy's song.
Yeah.
Shaggy's song, Bombastic, never went anywhere until they sampled Sexual Healing.
Yeah, Bounty Killer, no doubt.
Bounty Killer, but that's a crossover kind of a sound. It is almost
hybrid.
And it's not even dancehall. It's a reggae hybrid. Lady Saw, reggae hybrid again. There's no pure dance. And Sean Paul's songs, look at, I tell people that the first song that made it big, which was Give Me the Light. Give Me the Light is New Age music. It's not even dancehall, it's not classic dancehall. The lyrical content, the musical composition are not dancehall. When they say give me the light and pass the more, bust a little bottle, no, give me the Joe and bust a little bottle of more. That's Yankee speak.
Yes,
we don't
even know
understand what
Joe.
it means.
I tell you, he's right.
The video. Listen, the song was so different in terms of syncopation. Yeah. That it's only Canadian dancers they got to do the video. No dancer, Jamaican dancer was in it.
Of Jamaican descent.
It doesn't matter.
Of Jamaican descent.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something, Dennis.
We're talking about this universal sound that is developing.
Yes.
And so dance, to say that dancehall itself has been successful is not entirely true. Look at the songs. You name one dancehall song that
all right, case made.
We don't come out there. You see that same song you're speaking about?
Yeah.
I was in Cuba, and I spent a little time there, and they didn't know that it was a Jamaican who did that song. They thought it was a Puerto Rican.
Oh, that's Sean Paul?
Yes, Give Me the Light.
The
I had to show
same
them.
thing happened to me in South Africa.
Yeah.
They thought in 2003 that Sean Paul is an American rapper.
Exactly.
Yeah. We had me and Rupert had a quite a task convincing black South African that Sean Paul is a reggae Jamaican artist. They were talking at the time, they were talking about man like Buju Banton, Sizzla, Capleton, and those artists, not to mention Bob and Peter and those.
What I had to do in Cuba is say, look at his hand. Him always wear red, gold, and green band around his hand. And I used to say to them in Cuba, see, his hand, he has the red, gold, and green. And they say, oh, it's really Jamaican Rasta, but it's a brown Rasta. I said, whatever it is.
But let me just say this too. When we talk about dancehall not hitting internationally, this is not to detract from the power of the music itself and the influence it has internationally. But we want to sell records and we want to sell artists that can tour and make money. So we have to decide if we're going to stay on the parochial level and even in certain countries stay on the underground level, or we want to be massive like other pop stars and hip hop stars. It's time we decide what we want to do. So we can't pat ourselves on the back and say, oh, here it is usually said, oh, boy, dancehall big and Jamaican music big in Japan. But I've been to Japan and don't hear one dancehall or reggae song. Listen, one of the most successful groups, reggae groups of all times that people overlook, and probably in terms of earnings, they are the closest to Bob Marley and the Bob Marley estate. I don't know if they would love to hear this, but I have to say it. Inner Circle. Inner Circle is a big,
I agree with
huge internationally.
They travel and tour worldwide. As we speak, Inner Circle is earning money. You know why?
Yes.
Because of one song called Bad Boys. Because as we speak, Bad Boys is showing somewhere in the world.
With my experience dealing with promoters around the world, they look at the Jamaicans are less business-like. It's not about business for them, you know. An artist, he'll book an artist and then he'll look on the side of the stage and there's 6 people standing there that he pays the airfare for, the per diems, the hotel and everything. And he's asking, who are these people? And he's a sidekick. But he's a promoter paying the expenses.
And they do take stock of these things?
Yes, they are observing these things. So they don't look at us from a business side, we are good business people anymore. No, the groups like, I have a list here, like Groundation, Soldier, The Green, Mr. Boog, Midnight, Catch a Fire, Bruno Mars, Slightly Stupid, Let's Go Bowling. These are some of them, not all of them, some of them who promoters are yearning to, because not just because they are foreigners, but they have a good business head.
And they're manageable.
They look at they're manageable and they look at it and treat it as a career. While most of ours just treat it as a holiday and not from a professional standpoint. And that's the thing that kind of bothered me, you know, because I just had the experience down in the Caribbean, you know what I mean, and I saw it. You know, you book an act and you have 6 people that the promoter is spending money for, you know, standing at the side of the stage and pointing finger in the ear. That don't make no sense.
Gentlemen.
But one thing I want to leave is that, as Dennis said, the genre is strong out there. You know, it's very, very strong. Reggae will never die anywhere around the world.
I think it's the biggest we have seen it.
And,
yes.
and the label Reggae Revival just don't make any sense because reggae was never in need of any revival.
Exactly.
Anywhere.
That's what I mean.
Because even in Jamaica, consistently, the major hits them that come out every year, year after year, are reggae songs.
As you mentioned, two big things that I covered. Two big things this year in 2015. One, the Catch a Fire tour with the Marleys, Junior Gong again, and Steve Marley, and the Cruise.
The Cruise.
Yeah. What's your take on this?
Fantastic. And it just shows you that the music is alive and well, and that the Marley brothers, they don't get enough credit, because if there's anybody who is to be attributed to any revival, it's them. Because they have maintained the iconography of their father, dressed in a particular way, doing the music in a particular way, going over boundaries in terms of the kind of sound that they use. Look how long, it's about 10, 15 years now it was written, you know.
Yeah.
It's still a classic, which is at the time when it was out, it sounds totally different. So it just shows you that we need to understand the markets that we operate in. We need to make the right decisions. Everybody from different genres of music, anybody in the music business, have to compromise. They have to tailor the music so that they can be very successful. We tend to not want to do that. And listen, all of the other artists, them hype, you know, and have egos, you know. But there's the hype and the ego, and then there's the business part of it. So the promoter don't get a chance to deal with the ego part of these artists. They deal with the managers and the handlers who take care of the money part of it. So it's not like we're saying only Jamaican artists hype. Most artists hype. Most artists anywhere. Look on Kanye West. Who will have a bigger ego than Kanye West? But he's a businessman at the end of the day, too.
Yeah, true. They know how to build him brand. Kopi, your take on the Catch a Fire as a tour manager yourself. How you feel about that and the cruise?
Well, I tell you something. One thing I have to correct, though. Everybody said that's the first reggae cruise. No, I did the first one in 2000. Big ship sailing in the ocean with Freddie McGregor on 809, right? Oh. So
but that was a one-off.
Yes, it wasn't as huge as this one.
Was it how long? How long did it last?
A week.
A week too?
Yeah, a week, you know what I mean? But it wasn't as huge as this one. This one, I knew it was going to, the effect that it was going to have. I knew it because I saw it, and a lot of people from around the world came. Now they have decided to get the bigger ship, and I think it's going to grow and grow. And I must congratulate the Marleys, the Marley brothers, rather, for really, really coming up with this innovation. And it's a good idea because what it has drawn, and a lot of people would just say, oh, I go hear them to me. I never know that Jackie could come to America, not knowing that him joined the ship in Montego Bay and do his performance between Montego Bay and
I'm ready to that this. Yeah. What a wonderful conversation. Nowadays, what we do, we can do it longer because when it's up online, it's exposed to millions. Trust me.
But we must close off though. We need a little more professional people, managers and people who are handling the artists and not just sidekicks and brethrens, uncles and cousins who is a yes man to the artist.
Okay, so
and that will help us to grow because we need people who are very practical and call a spade a spade.
Well, if the uncle and the father and the cousin have a knowledge of the business, no problem.
Yes, I have no problem with that.
That they don't know nothing.
You see, that's the point.
It's always a cry. All right, there you have it right here on stage. Dr. Howard, Dennis Howard, and the great Copeland Forbes discussing the business of reggae, and in particular, the Just Stone issue. I hope we've shed some light on that. Stay with us when we come back right here on stage. The little lady in the tight-up skirt will be here, and later, Lady Saw, one-on-one on all the questions that have arisen since her baptism. All coming up right here on stage. We'll be back.
Me and the girl in the tight-up skirt. Wine the way, show you off my worth. Wine the way, show you off my worth.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage. So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. She burst onto the scene in 2013 and was easily identified as the girl in the tight-up skirt. An undeniable hit that thrust her into the international mainstream. But where has she been since? Samantha J, right now, right here on our stage with what she believes is going to be her name in 2016. Samantha.
Thank you so much for having me once again, Winfred. Thank you.
So good to have you.
Yes.
Maybe we should start there. Where have you been?
Boy.
All these, I mean, how long now? 3 years? 2 years?
3? I believe it's 3 years. Actually, I did my CXCs, passed my subjects, and my mom told me, thank you very much. My mom told me that I couldn't be able to do my music and everything that I want to do unless I passed. You know, Jamaican parents are very strong and very sensitive when it comes to education. So, of course, I passed, thank you, Lord. And I went to the US of A, the USA, as my mom calls it, and I started doing promo on tight skirts, and I got, as you know, I'm signed to Columbia Records, and then I started working with producers, different choreographers, different writers. I was just working and doing a lot of work with a lot of different people and building up my brand, doing a lot of promo and stuff like that. I did about 50 songs in the past 3 years?
3 years,
3 years with all different producers, and all of them. Right now, the biggest problem for the team is to find which one of these 50 is going to be the album.
I wanna be bad like you. Oh na na na, you have me a sing oh la la la.
All of these 50 have potential.
Oh, so you have creative control?
Definitely.
You can select your own producers
Yeah,
and
man.
so?
Yeah, man. Like, the label doesn't just say and that's it, you know. They actually like to hear what I have to say as well.
Okay.
And my manager, Conroy, and Gary Bernstein as well.
So lots of songs have been recorded.
Yeah, man.
But are yet to be released.
Yes. So I am releasing this one right now called Bad Like You with Conroy, Washroom Entertainment. He produced it, and we're releasing it through Gary Bernstein, which is Oceanic Tradewinds.
All right, let's go to it then. Right.
Them not bad like you, nobody doing bad like you. I want you now, now. Them not bad like you. Yeah, I know I shouldn't, but I gotta have you. I love all them things you do. I want to do them too.
All right, there you have it. Nobody like you, Samantha J. But I would say, you know, the girl in love. No longer in the tight-up skirt, but in love right now, right?
In love with my music.
That's your
in love with
okay,
everything. Yes.
Okay, so that's your track that you decided to release from a whole love song, 50 songs.
Yes.
And the video to match. Is it? I heard it on the radio.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, because I didn't realize it was the same song.
Yeah.
Because I heard it, but there's a song that was done on a remix of Omi's Cheerleader.
Oh, I love that song so much.
Yes. Where is that? I mean, what is that doing?
That did very well, actually. It has, the audio alone on YouTube has over 1 million views, and I actually just put it out because I like doing remixes and stuff. But even radio stations in the US as well, they put that one in and had it playing on airplay, you know? So it got a lot of love, and all my fans know that one as well, so everybody loves Cheerleader.
But there's a soca flavor
in
it.
Yes.
And it sounds like it's going to be featured in the carnival season, in particular in Trinidad. Is it getting rotation in Trinidad now?
Oh yes, definitely.
It's being rotated?
Definitely, it's getting lots of rotation everywhere. I even hear it when I'm home, when I'm here.
No, I know. I'm hearing it in Jamaica.
Definitely, yes.
But I'm wondering if the mother of carnival is...
I love carnival. I'm a carnival baby.
Okay.
So
you may be performing in Trinidad?
I would love to.
Oh, so you haven't been called yet. Well, the Trinities are watching. They watch on stage, so they will probably be calling you now. But it's quite a track. I think
Thank you
it's,
very much.
and I like the fact that you use it to remind us that you're the girl in the tights up skirt.
Yes.
And this is who you are and what you're doing right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
me call me cheerleader.
See?
Yes.
Okay, so it seems to me then that there's a lot that we're to expect in 2016.
Definitely. I've also been doing lots of performances in the US as well. And in Canada, actually. I did a Canadian tour all over Toronto to Quebec to a lot of places.
So it sounds like you may be relocating.
Relocating.
From Jamaica
Let
to
me
maybe
tell
the
you
US.
something. There's no place like home, and trust me, I miss home. And every time I get free time, home. Straight to Jamaica.
So Jamaica is, but aren't you a dual citizen?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Definitely.
And your mom as well?
My father.
Your father?
My father, yeah.
Okay, so but you're not busy with the other side. It's Jamaica you're dealing.
Yeah, man. No, man. I business with everywhere, you know, but
Yes.
home is home. I will never leave for good.
For good,
When
Jamaica.
when I am supposed to retire, Jamaica.
Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with this firestorm, I would call it, that has generated as a result of Billboard's declaration of Just Stone's sales figures, as far as I know, as being the biggest reggae selling album of the year, and it's quite a controversy in Jamaica about that.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that whole controversy?
I am very familiar with it, actually. But I believe Jamaica can take over. Is we the reggae, you know, is we the dancehall. We have to put it out there, you know. So we have to get our team together. We have to make sure that everyone is doing their job properly and focused.
Okay.
Focused.
So you're identifying the issue. So what we should be talking about is how to lift our game, and not so much about who is doing our music.
No, man. The fact that they are doing our music means our music is amazing.
Okay.
It means that they see potential in our music and they love it. And we should show them that we love it more because it's our music, you know?
Absolutely, I like that.
Yeah, man.
We should show them, and that is now speaking to us Jamaicans everywhere,
Yes.
that we should show them that we love it more.
Yeah, man.
And
And
perhaps,
it's a part of us, you know?
Yes.
We make it.
I like that, Samantha.
Yeah, man.
Keep the flag flying, and
Yeah,
it's so
man.
good to have you right here on stage, and we look forward to you coming back with more big news
Yeah, man.
in
Definitely.
2016, perhaps. All right. Thank you so much. All right, there you have her right here on stage, Samantha J. Stay with us. Still to come, the lady who was Lady Soul, and now Marian Hall. Minister Marian Hall will be on our stage, one-on-one.
Take my pride, but leave my soul. It belongs to Jesus, more precious than gold. If you want, you could take all I got. Once I got Jesus, I got.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. She enters 2016, a brand new woman, leaving her raunchy and iconic dancehall moniker permanently for a leap of faith.
Heaven, I wanna get to heaven.
This after arguably one of her best years as queen of the dancehall, which includes leading a surge of women in the genre, closing dancehall night at Reggae Sumfest, and declared the artist of that festival.
The world appreciates me.
But ironically, it was at the funeral of one of the surging women that she received the inspiration to take the ultimate leap of faith, a calling she had been grappling with for quite some time. The former dancehall queen Lady Soul we're talking about, now Minister Marian Hall.
Take my voice, but leave my lips so God can read them when I wish.
Marian?
Yes, thanks for having me.
What have you done with Lady Soul?
Oh, she's lost.
She's lost.
Yes, she gone somewhere like how me said, get thee behind me, Satan. She back there too.
So we shall not address you as
No.
Lady Soul from now on.
No, the Lord told me while I was in the realm that I'm Minister Hall. At one point I hear, Evangelist Hall. But I'm okay with Miss Hall or Marion Hall. Evangelist will come, because I don't reach this yet. I don't think so. I mean, I'm preaching like an evangelist, you know, but he will tell me when.
All right, talk a little bit about the response you've received since this. I mean, how are people responding?
It's quite a lot. It was so much that I was just locked in the house for a while, avoiding calls. I got so many emails, WhatsApp, like my phone is so, the number is so global now than it was before. I'm getting calls from Belgium, you know, all over Europe, London, America. It's wonderful though. Yes. It's wonderful. The only part of it that I was kind of scared of was it was like people bombarding me. Everybody wants a piece of me. Everybody wants you to invest. I have a proposal, you know, and I'm so-and-so with Christians, Christian here. Be careful of this Christian. Be careful of other Christians. Be careful of some people. They're under the wrong spirit. They're, you know, so I was confused. Like, I'm like, God, talk to me now. Talk to me now, because I thought I left all that.
Lots of
you know, on the other side.
Even in Christendom.
Yeah, like people warning you about, you know, Christians, and if you follow them, you just get scared. But I'm listening to the voice of the Lord.
Some people are calling the move all kinds of things, negative stuff. At best, impulsive. How do you deal with that? How do you respond?
I don't hear, like, God just blocked my ear from all the negative, really. I'm hearing of other females talking, but I'm like, you know what, God? Teach me to be humble. You know, and this morning I got a scripture from a bishop, from Pastor Bailey, and it was about staying away from certain things, you know? So I'm not going down that road. But it had nothing to do with me. I didn't do it. The Lord just came and said, this is my time, and I'm not allowing you to run around anymore and say, oh, I'm going to give my life to you. And it has nothing to do with me. I didn't have no control of it, because when the Lord said, go baptize now, I remember saying, but Lord, it's Monday. All the churches are closed. And I remember saying, if I baptize now based on who I was, this lady who just, you know, God rest her soul, you know, got laid to rest. And he said, go now. I called my sister and I said, I have to get baptized now. The Lord said I should get baptized now. And she called a lady, and the lady called a bishop. And the bishop was on his way home and said he would normally is out of range. And he don't know why he stopped, but he ended up going back to the church and baptizing. When he said go now, you know that if I didn't go now, I wouldn't go tomorrow or the next day or the next day.
Because this is something that you've been pondering for quite some time, lady. So let's take a look at this tape.
Okay. Lately I've been feeling more of, you know, more of God.
Oh, really?
And I've been going to church and all them things, so you may never know. So but me love me dance, Alice.
So God is calling you?
He has been calling me for a long time. I was a Christian once, you know, getting a spirit and all them things, you know. Yes. Seriously.
Church. So you have been baptized before?
Yes. You know that over the years, when I perform and go home, I can't sleep, only my man knew about it. When I go overboard, it's like I feel bad, and I keep humming and talking to God and can't fall asleep. He used to say, Marion, go to your bed now. It ride me. So I'm in it, but don't really feel good about it. So him did still beat me, you know? So my time to give the rest of my life to him, eh?
I am sorry if I disappoint any promoters. I have to go in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. I accept, Lord. I accept, Lord. I am ready, Lord, because you are now ready in the name of Jesus.
All right. So is that answering the question of you being impulsive and it's just sudden? Because it had been. Those of us. Yes.
You see how long that's been going on? When I did the last Sunfest, the one that I closed, everything I asked of the Lord was given to me that morning. Everything. I don't even have to repeat what it was, but I see everything. And that morning, I felt so humble and I felt like an angel. I had no nervousness, no nothing. And I knew from there and then that it's time. And the other shows I do after that is like, you know, I just didn't feel it. And I keep complaining to my family that I need to come off of the road, you know. I get tired of the road, I get tired of this job, I get tired of it, you know. Dancehall for me was, I started out loving it, but then there was so much hate, envy, grudge, jealousy, lies, betrayal. You know, there were so many women who turned against me because of where I was up here. And it's like they tried to turn the world against me, but because I'm so clean in here, they could never turn people against me no matter what they do. And I just wanted to just leave it because it's like, I can't even tell you, but impulsive, God is not impulsive. When I was at the funeral, I was talking to God. I remember when the pastor was talking about a story about a few people who went to heaven. Like, for instance, I went to heaven and I saw you. And I'm like, but God, I wait waiting for that door up here, no empty for people and goat. You know? And I look over there again and I say, but I was Suzette that door up here. No, she did, you know, or whatever she had done. And the Lord turned to me and said, you know, it's the same thing everybody asking about you. What are you doing here? So right there and then I realized that there's a space in heaven for me. And when I saw Jay, they brought the casket up, you know. I don't know if it was me or the Lord who said that could have been me.
Yes.
And I was like, God, if I should leave, if I should pass away tomorrow, and my soul is not right with you, where do I go? You know? And we start having reasoning, me and God start talk. So I say, so Lord, I want to give my life, yes, but what happened from here? How may I support, you know, because that has always been one of my main factors, supporting the family and all this, you know. And him said, church.
Why did you feel the need to apologize to some of your colleagues in music?
The promoter?
Some of the women in music, some of your
I didn't, it has nothing to do with me.
You did not apologize?
It did not, it's God do it.
Okay.
Let me explain. I was at the church and I heard that Spice and Tifa was there. One was upstairs, one was at the back. So I was thinking how we live, you know, that we have to be separated like that. But then I said, God, me can't stay around them people, I know me, I leave. And the voice said, forgive them and love them. And I remember I was doing an interview with somebody and I said, the Lord said I should love and forgive them. And then like God goes, so boop, and said, and ask for their forgiveness. I'm like, Lord, I haven't done anything. They're the ones who interfere with me over the years. But God didn't want to hear that. Love has no pride. Somebody told me that years ago, and now I see what it meant. And like God just him just said, tell it. And I said, and he said, I should ask for their forgiveness. And that is when the 3 names come up.
Okay, so it was forgiveness that you were asking for, and not so much that you felt that you did anything to them that deserve an apology.
Right, I was saying that to God.
Because Spice is asking about, she's confused about your apology.
She's not confused, that's her. She's just playing fool to catch wise. I'm not apologizing for me. In my world, I wouldn't be apologizing over there. Oh. But the Lord tell me to love them and forgive them and also ask for their forgiveness. You know what he's talking about? Me and Spice have been cussing each other on Facebook, on Twitter. The most nasty things were said between her and I. So God didn't see, like, I'm not innocent. She said something, I said something that might have offended her. She offended me, so God said, ask for forgiveness and forgive.
Okay.
And my pride is nowhere in there because God is dealing with it. Tifa, I don't even know what happened with her, why we become enemies. You know, it has to do with my ex getting a girl pregnant by the name of Trisha, not Tifa. And even when she knew, she didn't say anything. I'm good with that. God said apologize. Maka, me and her, same war business. So me apologize and me beg for forgiveness and ask for their forgiveness. If they don't want to forgive me, it's fine. I forgive you all because I'm a new woman and I'm right with God and God accepts all that. You know what I say? So it no matter if mankind want to accept it or not or give it. You know, when somebody acts stupid like, I'm confused. Confused about what? You and I have been warring for years, cussing each other bad all over the world. People see it. So I do apologize for that, even to the fans.
Talk a little bit about the fallout in terms of bookings, in terms of recording, unfinished business for you.
I didn't, as I say, I have nothing to do with it. God just came in and snatched me from the devil. Yeah? I couldn't do nothing about it. So I'm just paying back people, you know.
So you've lost millions of dollars.
I won't say how much I've lost, but it doesn't matter to me. I woke up yesterday, was it? Yeah. And I went on my balcony and I was telling someone on the phone and my sister that I feel so different. I feel so light and happy and new. You know, like somebody would say, I woke up feeling like $1 million. I felt more than that. I felt like the weight is off my shoulder. I don't have to worry about nothing. People calling me for shows already, and I'm like, no, I don't know what God wants me to do. God is sending me to minister to women. That's what he's doing. And right now, he sent me already. And now he's sending me to a prison, because that's what I lay in my bed and I saw.
Okay.
A prison, and he said women. And then I went to church because I didn't figure it out yet. I went to church, and when I looked like that, I saw a sign with a prison and a Bible. And like it was saying like, these people need Jesus then, or need the word, but there's not enough servants.
All right, let's take a break, lady. Wow,
It's okay.
ladies are still.
I'm a lady.
Oh, we'll call you Marianne Hall. Miss
I'm a
Hall,
lady.
let's take a break right here. When we come back, we want to talk to you a little more about the way forward. Okay. Your work as a minister, following Christ, and your work as an artist, a musician.
Yeah.
All coming up after the break. We'll be back.
Take my voice, but leave my lips, so God can read them when I wish.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On Stage. So much more than entertainment.
Heaven, I want to get to heaven.
And we're back with our very special guest, Marianne Hall, right here on stage. All right, Marianne, so the way forward. In terms of you talked about a church, you're considering that. You're accepting the title minister, Marianne Hall.
Right here.
Speak about that for us, and the shirt here too much.
Right. When the Holy Ghost was on me, I hear God said, I'm Minister Hall.
Yes.
It was happening from the closet to the room. And I remember another time I hear Evangelist Hall. And it said feeding and winning souls for Christ, because Christ told me that I would be winning souls for him. So that's what I'm doing now. Trust me, it's going to be good. God says it's going to be bigger than me.
What's the name of your church?
I don't know, you know, hear me say, if I even walk up and down a
the
roadside,
one where
I'm
you were
minister
baptized.
first, you know.
You're not a member of that church?
I thought, yes, I am. I thought you said that church you were made of.
No, man, no, that's all right. I'm talking about the one you're.
It's a church, Emmanuel, down by Crossroad there, Emmanuel. My pastor name is Bishop Everton Thomas. It was a quick running in, you know. God said, go now.
Okay.
You know, so it's called Emmanuel Apostolic Church, but I like Fire Church. And when they're praising and worshiping it, nice.
And you're fully embraced by the congregation?
Yes, but I can tell you this though.
Do they really, everybody trust you?
Trust me?
Yes, in the church, the congregation.
Trust me, like...
Because there were some skepticism when others, you know, Lieutenant Stitchy, Papa San, and etc., when they changed and began to minister for Christ, some Christians...
Lieutenant Stitchy told me, they said, give him 2 months. Papa San told me, them said, give him 2 months.
Yes.
I spoke to Papa San. I'm waiting on Lieutenant Stitchy now, Governor.
Okay.
He's coming to teach me the word.
Okay.
He's going to teach me the Bible. Yeah?
So you haven't seen any of that yet among your congregation?
No, they embraced me down there. Only thing I found that the media and the press was in there one day among us, you know, and I didn't know. So when I was trying to run outside, they caught me, you know. But other than that, listen, I'm true with the Lord. The Lord has blessed me. devil, the Satan, him mad, you know, him mad. Satan and him agent, they're mad right now because remember who I was, you know, and still is a strong, powerful soul, you know. So Satan thought that he had me 3 years ago. Remember, 3 years ago I was gonna give my life to Christ and I end up over Sting. You remember that? But so the devil thought that, okay, we got her back. But they didn't know that me and God did have some private reasoning in my closet.
Okay, is there anything from your catalog that is forwarded to Marian Hall's new career in music? Because you continue in your music career, right?
I've been doing a lot of gospel. You remember I did like 8 gospel songs already. Glory Be to God was a semi-gospel. And the one where I said, take my money, take my friends, take my houses, I don't need my bands. Take my smile along with my strength, but leave me Jesus in the end. That's a big song. You remember this? I did this for Vegas. Praise him. In the morning when I rise, praise him is a beautiful song. Heaven was done on the altar ego. Yes? And I did also for DJ Smurf, God Almighty. And I just find some beautiful, beautiful track. 3 years ago, everything that's happening now, I have a song where I just find back that I wrote that time when God was talking to me, and it a deal with the enemy, them bad, yeah, and all these things. And another beautiful song, we're all praying for a better day, and I'm still making songs because every day I'm getting more and more gospel songs. Right now for the enemy, them, me see the enemy, them, oh, from afar. See, them a plan and them a scheme fi come start a war. You see it. But if them things say, me they alone. Father God encamp him angel them around me fi protect him own. Them can't touch me.
By the way, Tanya Stevens was...
By the way, Tanya, I'm not mental. She's been talking a lot of things about me, and I don't understand why, because in Ocho Rios, we live 10 minutes apart. She is in an apartment there, and my house is up there, and she passed, and I saw her many times. I saw her, the most recent time I saw her, she had an asthma attack, and I run to her side. I run to her side, and I asked, what,
So there were no feuds between both of you?
What happened, you know, I was a big fan of Tanya, and I did a song with Sprague Benz back in the days. And I went on stage at some fest and I performed it with him. She was seeing him at the time. And when I went to hug her and talk to her, she turned away like that. But then I still went and spoke to her, hug her up and everything. And when I left, like turned my back, she started cutting her eyes at me. But somebody who was walking with me saw it. Then when the day had passed and we went home, somebody called me to tell me, as soon as I walk away, she was like chastising me. So I made a call and said, why would you do that? I just embrace you. You know, I just embrace you and walk away and you talk like that about me. And she said, I don't want nobody no obligation. She didn't say explanation. She said obligation. And now I heard that she's on Facebook saying I need to ask God forgiveness for ever being born. I have no problem with being born. I love my life. And I think she's disturbed. I know she's an atheist because she don't regard Christ. She don't know God. So I think she's mad. She's one of Satan's agent, and she's just mad that God got my soul. He won it. And when she's gonna talk about I should ask God for forgiveness for being born, I remember there was a man by the name of Jerome. He came from France and did documentary, but they call it a movie. It's called Made in Jamaica. And I was the one they called to fly over to France to promote that. A lot of us was in there. It was at the heart of music, our music, where it was from, and our background. And what I saw took place in one of that movie theater when I was there. They write out everything in French so the French people can understand. And Tanya said, well, I'm from a big family. It was 14 of us. And she used big words. She was being very sarcastic. She said, I mean, like, it's so ridiculous. Can one woman make that mistake 14 different times? She's saying that about her mom. The whole room, the theater was like, oh! So who have a problem with being born when you should honor your mother and say to, you know, I applaud my mom for never having an abortion with any of us, and she brought all 14 of us, 14. And you're telling me that I should ask God for forgiveness for being born? Woman, you're disturbed. You need to find Christ and introduce yourself to him and ask him forgiveness for you ignoring him all your life, and get off me. I'm saved, I'm blessed, and God has accepted me, and I will be one of them in the kingdom. And I wouldn't want to see you passing by down there so and looking up on me and you can't be reached. I'm blessed, I'm beautiful, I'm loving it. The Lord is sending me all over. Already he sent me to a prostitute the other day to minister to her. And I'm in my bed and the Lord said, him just show me the strip. And I say, okay, Lord, I know where that is. But where do I go? What do? I call my pastor and I say, I don't know what to do, but he's showing me that. And when I lay back down, the name come to me. And it was an unusual name. I could have gone around there and asked for Marcia, Marie, you know, people with the same name, like maybe 4 or 5 of them. But that one name, God is so direct and unique that he gave me one name with 3 letters. And I found her, and he told me to pray for her and hug her really close and pray for her. Yeah? He told me, he gave me other messages for other people. Now he's sending me to the prison.
So the dancehall fire is not lost. I mean, by that I mean that...
The enemy them, oh, from afar. See them a plan and them a scheme. Which part I gone? It there. We start a war. Come on now, come on now.
So it's working for God now, right?
What you mean, man, when we done with them, man?
Okay, you told me before we came on here that you found a new voice.
Yes, a new powerful voice. I don't, you know, here. Me say me find one voice there from where the inner my house. Me say, Lord, and where me get this from? I'll introduce you all to it soon.
Okay.
You know, it's a new voice, but I'm loving it. I'm loving life so much more now. I am so honored to be a part of God's flock, you know. I'm in there, you know. I'm in there among the other servants. And I thought the Lord was done with me, you know. After the way I behave over this thing, and I thought, and how I behave on Twitter with that other female, I thought he was done with me. So it shows that God used people like us, you know, to go out there and reach out to some people like us too. I can reach up here, down here, everybody, high society, middle class, and down here.
Who would be a big catch for you from the secular into gospel? Who would you go for, spend most of your energy trying to get into Christendom?
Let me explain something to you. I hear fellow artists like pining off other artists' souls, but I think all souls are important to Christ. And I don't think I should go off Bounty Killer soul to try win him soul or go to Vegas or Shabba or whoever. I think every soul is important, just like life is important.
Minister Hall.
Yes, and it will come.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Yeah. But listen, all of us are kings and queens though, because trust me, my crown is in heaven waiting for me, and trust me, it not change, the gold not chip off. So if it's not of God, who wants it? You remember I tell them to take that? Because I know there's a crown waiting for me, and we're all kings and queens, and you too.
Thank you so much. Minister Marian Hall, right here on stage. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage.
Take my voice, but leave my lips, so God can read them when I wish for peace and love from up above. Leave me free to fly like a dove. Take my money, take my friends, take my house, I don't need my Benz.
Hi, thanks for watching our video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking right here and enjoy so much more where that came from.
Round and round your love, it winds me up like oh, oh, oh.